การติวเตอร์สาระภาษาอังกฤษดำเนินรายการโดยที่ชื่อลีโอ
Alright, so good morning everyone. Happy New Year to those who are our listeners from their work, from their home, and from everywhere that who listens in Attar Radio. I welcome you everyone to Attar Radio. So again, I would like to greet you a happy New Year for 2026, right? So I hope that this year would be a lot of abundance in life. I hope that this year should be a better. It will give us a better life. So guys, I'm so happy to be to be with you guys again. And yeah, as you can see, I don't have any students today. It is because I didn't talk to them yet. I just came back from holiday. So guys, I am so happy to serve and to tell you something or to share my knowledge about these topics. Okay, so today I will not focus on science again. So those who are don't who are don't to those who don't know who I am T.Leo, and I am from the Philippines, and I am a teacher here in Attar, and I've been teaching here for almost 3 years, I think. Yeah, turning 3 years, I think. And I am in English program. So guys, if you are listening, you are always welcome to be with us. Come and join with our family. I would like to say hello also to my our head of English department, Teacher Miss, and of course the manager, Mr. Faisan. Good morning to all of you guys. And yeah, so let's start for today. Today we are going to learn about these topics. Okay. So, this topic is actually Matayum 1. So, we will talk about have got and has got. Okay, and then we will learn also using these words or this topic in negative form, and also I have an exercises also or a quiz. I will show you. I will tell you later. Okay. So, for now, we will learn what is have got. So, when I say have got or has got, it means something to show possession, something that you own it, right? So again, it is to show possession, to show someone has to show someone's owns and or carries. So that is how we're going to use have got and has got. Alright, so again, as I said, when I say have got or has got, it is to show possession, which means it's something that belongs to you, or it belongs to, or something that belongs to someone, right? Again, let me clear that for you. When I say have got and when I say has got, it is something that shows possession. When I say possession, it is to show someone has owned or carries it. Okay, now how we are going to use in a sentence using have got. So there are subject that we need to use. So using the I, you, we, and they. Again, for have got, we have I, you, we, and they. So example, I have got a new toy. Again, I have got a new toy. So using what? I, right, as a subject in a sentence. So which means I have got a new toy. So another example, they have got a dog. Again, they have got a dog. Okay, so again, we only used have got for I, you, we, and they. Understand? Again, I will try to say it again. I will try to something. I, you, we, and they. I have got a new toy. Using they have got a dog. Understand? Alright, so this one. You have got a new pencil. Again, you have got a new pencil. So using what? You, right? The word is, the subject is you. And then we use have got. Again, in a sentence or in a grammar, we use or we tend to use have got if we are using I, you, we, and they. So, have got. You have got a new pencil. Understand? Okay, how about we? How we are going to use we in a sentence? We have got a big classroom. Again, we have got a big classroom. Alright, so they have got, how about they? They have got 2 dogs. Again, they have got 2 dogs. Alright, again, as I said, always remember when we say have got, we tend to use that with I, you, we, and they. Examples, I have got a new toy. Again, I have got a new toy. Now, next, you have got a new pencil. Okay? Because someone owns it. Understand? Someone owns it. So, you have got a new pencil. Now, next is we. We have got a big classroom. Again, we have got big classroom. Now, next, they. They have got 2 dogs. Again, they have got 2 dogs. Okay, now let's move on for has got. So in has got, we tend to use in a sentence with the subject of he, she, and it. Again, we tend to use he, she, and it for has got. Remember that we only used have got for I, you, we, and they. But when we say has got, we use it for he, she, and it. Understand? Okay, so I'll give you an example. Alright. He has got a bike. Again, he has got a bike. So remember, we used he for has got. We don't use he for have got. No, it's wrong. Again, I'll give you a wrong one. He have got a bike. It's wrong because we only use he for has got, not for have got. Understand? Okay. So now, next example is she, right? As I said, it is he, she, and it. So, she has got a long hair. Again, she has got a long hair, right? Now, next that we will use is it. Alright, it, I-T. Okay, it has got long legs. Again, it has got long legs. Okay, try to think of something that has long legs. Like for example, giraffe, right? Giraffe has a long legs, right? That is an example of has got using in a sentence. Again, as I said, we use have got for I, you, we, and they. And then we use has got for he, she, and it. Okay, so again, example for has got. He has got a bike. It has got long legs. She has got a long hair or a long hair. So remember, we use he, it, and she for has got. Alright, so let's move on. We will use this have got and has got for negative form. So when I say negative form, it is something that they don't have it. It's negative. It is opposite, right? Opposite of something or showing possession, right? So instead of using have got, we know that we will have a word which is haven't. Okay? Haven't got. So when I say haven't got, it is something that they don't have it. Understand? It is something that they don't have it. So still, we will use I, you, we, and they. But we will not use have got. But instead, we use haven't got. Understand? For negative form. Okay? Earlier, I just told you that is used for positive form. But now, we will use for negative form. Understand? Okay. Now, haven't got. Remember? Have got, positive. Haven't got, negative. Something that they don't own it. Or it doesn't show possession. Alright, so using I, you, and we, and of course they, we will use that also for haven't got. Alright, so example, we haven't got homework today. Again, we haven't got homework today. Okay, so I used we for haven't got, which means that today we don't have what? We don't have homework, right? So it doesn't show possession. Alright, so we haven't got homework today. Next example is we. Okay, we haven't got a car. Again, we haven't got a car. So again, so which means we don't have a car, right? We haven't got a car. Alright, next that I have is they. They haven't got markers today. Again, they haven't got markers today. So which means they don't have what? Markers, right? It doesn't show possession. Understand? Is that clear? Because we used only haven't got for negative. Again, we use only haven't got for negative. And we use have got for positive. So which means when I say positive, it shows something that they have. Alright? So, for negative, haven't got, which means it shows something that they don't have. So it's different, right? Opposite. Alright, using I. Okay? I haven't got my notebook. Okay? I haven't got my notebook. So I used the sentence or the subject as I and then haven't got, which means I don't have my notebook. Okay? So, teacher, can I use I don't have my notebook also? Yes, you can still use that one also. But this topic, I just want to show you or to tell you how to use haven't got. Okay? So again, you can, what do you call this? You can still use don't have or have also. So which means in this topic, I just only show you how to use have got and has got and those words for negative. Understand? Again, for positive, have got. For negative, haven't got. But still, we use that as a subject for I, you, we, and they. Again, I, you, we, and they. Alright, so now, how about has got? How we will use has got in a negative form. So we have hasn't got. Understand? Hasn't got. How do you spell that? Hasn apostrophe T space G-O-T. Hasn't got. Again, how do you spell haven't? Haven't got. Haven apostrophe T. Haven't. Okay? For has got, it should be hasn't. Alright? Or has not. So instead of writing has not, we will tend to use what? We will tend to use hasn't got for negative. Is that clear? Alright, so the same for the positive and negative, we will use she, he, and it. For positive, he, she, and it. For negative, it should be the same. He, she, and it also. Understand? So it really depends on how you will use those subject in a sentence, but in negative form. Alright, so this one. She hasn't got a phone. Again, she hasn't got a phone. So which means she don't have a phone, right? She don't own it or she don't have it. Okay, it's negative. Alright, how about he? Okay, I will use he. He hasn't got a sister. Alright, again, he hasn't got a sister. Okay, you see? Or he has not. Right, but instead of using has not, I just use hasn't. Apostrophe T. Alright, now let's move on for it. Okay, it hasn't got wings. Again, it hasn't got wings. So an example of an animal that hasn't wings or hasn't got wings, example dog, cat, right? So those are examples. We know that they don't have wings, right? So that cat hasn't got wings, right? That is an example of using that in a sentence. Okay, so again, you learn now when to use have got, when to use has got, and you learn also when to use in negative form. Again, when to use in negative form, which means the haven't got and hasn't got. Alright, so let us move on. So I have some exercises here. Can you tell me something also if you are listening in your house? Can you tell me something or how to answer this one? So I will say a sentence or I will tell a sentence and you tell me what should be the answer. So you can only choose have got, has got, haven't got, or hasn't got. Again, answer me if you're listening in your house. I cannot hear you, but I'm really sure that you're listening, guys. So, I will say a sentence and you will only choose have got, has got, haven't got, or hasn't got. Alright, so now, number 1. They blank any pencils today. Again, they blank any pencils today. So what is the answer? You choose have got, has got, haven't got, or hasn't got. Again, the sentence would be they blank any pencils today. They blank any pencils today. Alright, so what it should be the answer? So the answer would be haven't got. Why haven't got? It is negative. Why it is negative? It is because of the word any. Right? In a sentence, I just read or I just tell you that they blank any pencils today. So the clue is what? Any. Understand? So which means when you say any, it shows negative. So we used haven't got for they, right? So that's why they haven't got any pencils today. Alright, number 2. The rabbit blank big ears. Again, the rabbit blank big ears. Well, it should be the answer. Again, you will only choose have got, has got, haven't got, or hasn't got. So what do you think would be the answer? What should be the answer? Alright, correct. The answer would be has got. Again, the rabbit has got big ears. So we know that the rabbit has a big ears, right? So that's why the rabbit has got. The correct answer would be has got. Okay. Now, next that I will give you example. She blanked her lunch. Again, she blanked her lunch. Should be the answer. You just only choose have got, has got, haven't got, or hasn't got. Okay. Okay, I want you to use that in a negative form. What would be the answer in negative form? Okay, in negative form, that should be hasn't. Why hasn't? Because of the word she. The subject in a sentence is she. That's why we used she, or we used hasn't because of the word she. Okay, she hasn't her lunch. Alright, so now next that I will give you is just answer me true or false. Okay, again, just answer me true or false. Again, if you want to say true, it shows something, or it says something correct. But if it is false, it says something that is wrong. Okay, now he has got a brother. Again, he has got, again, we will use this in negative form. Let me clear that to you. We will use only this for negative form. Again, negative. Okay, let me read it again. He has got a brother. Correct or wrong? True or false? The answer is false. Why false? It is because of the word I said it should be negative. So, in negative, we used what? Instead of using has, we use hasn't. So, he hasn't got a brother. Again, he hasn't got a brother. Remember, he has got a brother is positive. But I said use that in negative. That's why the answer would be he hasn't got a brother. Okay, is that clear? Again, number 2. I have got money. Again, I have got money. Alright, so what is the answer? Again, in negative form. In negative form. What should be the answer? Okay, very good. The correct answer would be I haven't got money. Again, I haven't got money. Very good. So, I said in negative form. Answer me in negative form. So, which means it is false also because we tend to use haven't got. It doesn't need to use have because I said we will use it as a negative. Okay, next example. She has got a pet. She has got a pet. Again, use it for negative form. Alright, what will be the answer? Hasn't or haven't. Again, right? We will only choose two. Haven't or hasn't. So I said, he has got a pet. But use that in a negative form. What is the answer? Okay, very good. The correct answer is hasn't. Again, the correct answer is hasn't. She hasn't got a pet. Again, she hasn't got a pet. Okay. Now, I will give you another example before the break. Okay, let's take some break. So, last example, it has got a tail. Again, it has got a tail. So, what should be the answer? It hasn't got a tail. Again, it hasn't got a tail. Very good. So, we will use only for negative as said, hasn't. Right? I hope that you learned something. So, later on, I will come back to you guys. We will use, I will give you another example, or I will show you something also, or another topic. Okay? So, let us have a quick break for now. Right? See you later.
Attar Radio Education for Narathiwat people.
Beragama, berilmu dan berdisiplin.จากวันนั้นถึงวันนี้ กับความทรงจำที่แสนนานสร้างความฝันให้ทุกคนนั้นมีความหมายมุ่งมั่นสร้างสรรค์และพัฒนาเกียรติกำจรงามกระจายทั่วโลกาคืออัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายที่สวยงามยึดมั่นในศาสตร์เคร่งครัดต่อวินัยใฝ่หาความkita berdikari membina generasi kemajuan mengisi ruang keilmuan mendidikan agama menaburkan jasa menemai budi 61 tahun usia warga kita bersatu usaha bersaling berbakti ayo kita bersama memikul amanah suci demi mahat at-tarqiyah Islamiyahอิสลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตารกิยาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายที่สวยงามอายุ kita bersama memikul amanah suci demi mahat at-tarqiyah Islamiyah at-tarqiyah إسلامية مؤسسة تعليمية عظيمة التركية إسلامية advancing towards a beautiful destination คืออัตตารกียาอิสลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตารกียาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายคืออัตตารกียาอิสลามียาสถาบันการศึกษาที่ยิ่งใหญ่อัตตารกียาอิสลามียาก้าวหน้าสู่จุดหมายที่สวยงามฝึกฝนตนให้เป็นคนดีน้อมสามัคคีเรียนดีงดงามด้วยจรรยา
Attar Radio, radio education for Narathiwat people.
Alright, so welcome back again for our English tutor for this morning. So again, as I said, that we talk about has got and have got, and we talk also for the negative form on when or how we will use hasn't got and have got. Okay, again, as a review for our topic for today, we just learned about have got using in a subject, which means I, you, we, and they. We use that for have got, but for has got, we use that for he, she, and it. Again, he, she, and it for has got. But in negative form, again in negative form, we still used I, you, we, and they. But the word have got, it would not be effective because we will change it into haven't got. Again, we change it into haven't got. So the same for the subject I, you, we, and they. We still use that for negative, which is that haven't got. Okay, now next that we will learn is hasn't got. So she, he, and it. Again, we use he, she, and it for hasn't got. Alright, so again, as I said, that we are going to learn about this new topic. Okay, so this topic, it should be M2. Okay, Matayum 2. So we will use be verbs and regular verbs, or we are going to learn be verbs or regular verbs. Alright, so what is be verbs? What is regular verb? Right? So in be verb, guys, it is a affirmative and it has negative form. So in be verb, is, and are, it is present, which means now. Okay, so again, am, is, and are, it is present, which means now. Or for another be verb for the past, we used was and were. Okay, was and were. Okay, so using we will use it, or we tend to use it with I, right? I. Again, we use and then we should follow the word I, okay? Or we use I and then am. Alright. So next, that is the next subject is should be, or be verb, it should be is. So we used is with he, she, and it. Again, we used is with he, she, on, and it, or one person or a thing. Okay, one person or a thing. So later on, I will show you, or I will tell you something about, or I will tell you something in a grammar, or how we will use those be verbs in a grammar. Alright, now next that we have is are, right? Present. Again, we are talking about the present. So are used with you, we, and they, or many people. Plural, right? Plural, or things. Again, we use you, we, they, or many people, or things for are. Alright, so in affirmative, or we call it positive, so the structure would be subject plus be verb plus complement. Again, when you're writing a, what do you call this, in a grammar or in a sentence, these are the structure, okay, or in order. So that should be correct order, and that should be correct grammar too. It should be subject first, and then be verb, and then complement. Okay, so I will use am. Like for example, I am a teacher. Again, I am teacher. I am a teacher. I is subject, am is be verb, and then student or teacher is a complement. So you will know that I am a teacher. Again, you see, structure, subject, be verb, complement. Understand? Structure, be verb, complement. I, subject, be verb, am, right? And then complement, teacher. I am teacher. Very good. Did you get it? So, next that we have is she. She is happy. Again, she is happy. She is a subject, is a be verb, and then happy is a complement. Easy, right? Very good. So, it is really easy if you really understand when or how we will use those be verbs. Alright, now, next that we will use is they. Okay, they are friends. Again, they are friends. So, this one, they are friend. They are friends. Which one is correct and which one is wrong? So when I said they are friends, it is correct. Why? We will use s in friends. It is because of the word they. We know that they is, we use that in a plural, which means a lot, many things, or many people, right? So they are friends. Alright? So they are friends. They as a subject, be verb is are, right? And friends is a complement. Understand? That is what we call affirmative, or in a positive. Okay. Now, let's move on for negative. For negative, we have the subject. Again, structure. Again, structure when you are going to use, or when you are writing in exam and anything, right? In writing a letter or anything, or when you are talking also, you can use that, right? But the structure would be subject, be verb, plus not, plus complement. So we will use not in a sentence because it is negative. Again, because it is negative, it should be subject plus be verb plus not plus complement. Again, because that is used, or we use that for negative. earlier, as I said, we use that for positive, affirmative. But now we will use that for negative. Subject, be verb, not, and then complement. So we will put not in a sentence. Okay. I am not a teacher. Again, I am not a teacher. I is what? Subject. Be verb, am, right? Am. I am. Plus not, right? Not, which means negative. A teacher. Complement, which means it is negative. I am talking that I am not a teacher. Subject, be verb, not, and then complement. Don't forget the not. So the sentence would make what? Would make negative is if there is a word not. Again, subject, be verb, not, and then complement. I am, I, subject, am, be verb, not a teacher. Not, which means negative, right? And then complement, teacher. I am not a teacher. Right? As I said earlier, she is happy. Right? You can see, oh, she's happy. She is so happy. It's good. It's positive. But how about negative? So remember, subject, be verb, not complement. Right? It should be, she is not happy. She is not happy. Positive, she is happy. Negative, she is not happy. She, subject, be verb, is not complement. Understand? She is not happy. So we know that girl is not happy. Understand? Because of the word not. So we will use not in negative form. Understand? So now, next, I said, they are friends in positive. But how about in negative? Again, the only changes we will use, or we just put the word not. So, they are not friends. Again, they are not friends. So, which means, they is a subject, are is a be verb, and the word or the negative form, it should be not, and then complement. So, they are not friends. Structure, subject, be verb, not, and then complement. For negative. For positive, subject, be verb, complement. Again, for structure, for positive, subject, be verb, complement in a sentence. But in negative, subject, be verb, the word not, and then complement. Alright? I hope that you really learn about that topic. Okay, that is be verbs for affirmative and negative. Again, for positive, we will use for what? We will use subject, be verb, and then complement for positive. Another example, I am a student. I am a teacher. So which means it is positive that I am a teacher. Subject, be verb, complement. Subject, be verb, complement. Always remember, subject, be verb, complement. Subject, be verb, complement. That is what? Positive. Right? I am student. I am teacher. I am, or anything that you want to. You know? Complement. Alright? That is for positive. Now, for negative, always remember, subject, be verb, not, and complement. Again, subject, be verb, not, and then complement. Okay? I am not a student. I am not a teacher. I am not a cheater. Example. Right? So, we just only use those words using for negative and then for positive. Using what? Be verbs. Again, for be verbs, if you don't know when to use it or how to use it, always remember, for be verb, positive, subject, be verb, complement. subject, be verb, complement for positive. For negative, subject, be verb, not complement. For negative, subject, be verb, not complement. Right? That is the structure. When, if you're going to write an exam, you're going to write a letter, or if you're going to say it. That is how you're going to use for be verbs, for affirmative and negative form. So I hope that you learned something with me. And guys, I hope that I will see you again. And thank you so much for listening. And Happy New Year. And see you once again. Bye. See you.